Waiting to see if I'm live. Yes, I'm live. Hello. All right. As I had mentioned, um, last year was a pretty horrible year for a lot of us in a lot of ways. And of course, one of the ways that was horrible about it was that we lost some good friends. We lost some friends to the virus, to COVID-19, and some friends died of other causes. And I lost a few friends. Um, Two of them were not only losses to me, but uh, Michael Peter Smith to lose. It was tough to lose year last year, so I thought today I would just do a few of their songs, some of my favorites, and a little bit of a tribute to them. So I also included on my Facebook page my request list there. So if anybody's got something they want to hear off the request list, even if it's not a Prine or Goodman or a not Prine Goodman, Prine Smith song, choose something else, anything you want, and I'll see if I can do it for you. But right now I'm going to do some tunes by John and Michael. I'm going to start out with a tune by John Prine, and this is one of my favorites of his. Hey, Paul, sounds good? Thank you. One of my favorites of John's, and when I was with John backstage at one of his concerts a few years ago, I said to him, "Hey, John, this song is one of my favorite songs of yours. It's called Far From Me, and I've been doing it in my show." And John said, "You know what, Dean? That is probably my favorite too of the songs I've written." And you never know if he's just trying to make me feel good or not. But he sounded very sincere when he said that. So I'm thinking, John said this is one of his favorites too. Hi, Kathy. How you doing? So I'm going to start out with this song by John Prine called "Far From Me." As the cafe was closing on a warm summer night, Kathy was cleaning the spoons. The radio played the hit parade, and I hummed along with the tune. She asked me to change the station, said the song just drove her insane. But it weren't just the music playing, it was me that she was trying to blame. And the sky is black and still now, on the hill where angels sing. And it's funny how an old broken bottle is just like a diamond ring, but it's far, far from me. Well, I leaned on my left leg in the parking lot dirt. Kathy was closing the lights. A June bug flew from the warmth he once knew, and I wished for once I were right. Why, we used to laugh together, and we'd dance to any old song. Well, she still laughs with me, but she waits just a second too long. And the sky is black and still now, on the hill where the angels sing. And it's funny how an old broken bottle, it's just like a diamond ring, and it's far, far from me. Well, I started the engine and I gave it some gas. Kathy was closing her purse. Well, they hadn't gone far in my beat-up old car, and I was prepared for the worst. Will you still see me tomorrow? No, I've got too much to do. Well, the question ain't really a question if you know the answer to. And the sky is dark and still now on the hill where the angels sing. And funny how an old broken bottle, it's just like a diamond ring, but it's far, far from me. Far from me, John Prine. If you're coming a little bit late, I mentioned that today I'm doing a little bit of a tribute to John Prine and Michael Peter Smith, to some of their songs, because they both passed away last year. A tremendous loss to the music community and to the world. They wrote some wonderful songs. Oh, boy. I'm just doing a few of them today. This is one of my favorites of Michael's. Storytelling is my niche? Yeah, I guess it kind of is. I love telling stories. Hey, Scotty. Just did some Prine. We're going to do some more later on. Right now I'm doing a Michael Smith tune called Spoon River. All of the riverboat gamblers are losing their shirts, and all of the brave Union soldier boys are sleeping in the dirt. But you know and I know there's never a reason to hurt when all of our lives are entwined to begin with here in Spoon River. All of the calico dresses, the gingham and lace, are up in the attic with grandfather's Derringer case. There's words whispered down in the parlor, shadowy face. Morning is heavy with home beginning down in Spoon River. Come to the dance, Mary Perkins, I like you right well. Union's preserved if you listen, you'll hear all the bells. There must be a heaven, God knows I've seen mostly hell. My rig is outside, come and ride through the morning here in the Spoon River. All of the riverboat gamblers are losing their shirts, and all of the brave Union soldier boys are sleeping in the dirt. But you know and I know there was never a reason to hurt when all of our lives were entwined to begin with here in the Spoon River. Here in the Spoon River. Michael Smith, Spoon River. I remember the first time I heard that song by them. Michael and Barbara were playing Orphans on Lincoln Avenue, and my band, the Casualers, was their opening act that night, and they did Spoon River, and I was like, wow, this guy is really great. And it was cool because I remember that night that Michael actually said to me years later, he said, you know, Dean, the Casualers were our favorite opening act. He said, we loved it when you guys opened for us. So that was quite a compliment, I thought, coming from Michael. Okay, back to another John Prine song now. Going back and forth from John to Michael. This is one of John's most famous songs. It's funny because John Prine never had like a top 40 hit or anything like that. And yet, he had a huge following. You know, certain bands can get away. Hey, Jim Gary, how you doing? certain musicians can get away without having tough 20 hits and still have big followings. And every time I'd go to see John, the places he played were always packed. So he had a lot of fans. And this song is recorded by a lot of people, called "Angel from Montgomery." That might have been a big hit on the radio. I don't know. Maybe it was. Great song, though. I am an old woman, named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. Dreams of lightning, thunder was desire. This old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. You weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, no matter how I tried. Years just flew by like a broken down dam. So make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them, they're buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? So make me an angel that flies in Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living, just a long way to go. Hard way to go. Angel from Montgomery, John Prine. Whew, another great song. This song, one of my favorite Michael Smith's tunes, and I've been singing this one for so many years now. It's called "Panther in Michigan." And I remember telling Michael at one time, and I said, "Boy, you know, Michael, I've been doing your tune, Panther in Michigan. I'm playing it at the country western music clubs, the bars and stuff." And I said, "People are line dancing to this song." And he said, "What? They're line dancing to my song, Panther?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Wow, that's great." So he thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, this is, thank you, Kathy. So this is "Panther in Michigan," Michael Smith. Don't that make it Halloween? There's a panther in Michigan, although he is seldom seen, and he's following the water, the ways of the Indian. He's crossing the border to Indiana. Oh, there's an awful lot of cover and along the river raisin. We'd set up on the one side and he'd show up on the other. And people used to ask us why we couldn't catch the panther, but there's an awful lot of cover along the river raising. But a farmer in Manchester called me. I was there in minutes, following the trail of feathers through the high grass with his scream. 21 years in law enforcement, I ain't never been so scared. I could see where he was going by the way the grass was moving. There's a panther in Michigan. Don't that make a Halloween? There's a panther in Michigan. Although he is seldom seen, he's following the water, the ways of the Indian, and he's crossing the border to Indiana. The people who know panthers, they are lazy hunters. They'll take a prey that's wounded over one that's healthy, and he might mistake some child playing in a sandbox for some kind of wounded critter. And along the Raisin River, when the test driver saw the panther at the Chrysler Proving Grounds, it was during hunting season, and he knew there was a trap, and he knew if he went in there, then he'd be safe from hunters. He's an uncanny animal. There's a panther in Michigan. Oh, that make you Halloween. There's a panther in Michigan. Although he is seldom seen, he's following the water, the ways of the Indian, and he's crossing the border to Indiana. Panther in Michigan. Michael Smith tune. Oh, thank you, Jim. Okay. Another John Prine song here. Let me find this one real quick. Another one of John's more famous tunes. This is a wonderful song called Hello in There. When Chris Christopherson first stumbled upon John Prine at the Earl of Old Town one night, he heard this song and he said, wow, how does a young guy like that write a song like that? That's so in tune with old folks. It really is an amazing song. Hello in There. We had an apartment in the city. Me and Loretta like living there. Years since the kids had grown a life of their own, left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha. Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost baby in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. Don't matter anymore. Back to the chord here. There you go. You know, all oak trees just grow stronger. Old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello. Me and Loretta, we don't talk much more. She sits and stares through the back door screen. All the news just repeats itself like some forgotten dream. both seen. Someday I'll go and call up Rudy. We worked together at the factory. But what could I say if he asked what's new? Nothing, what's with you? Nothing much to do. And old oak trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there, hello. So if you're walking down the street sometime, spot some hollow ancient eyes, please don't just pass them by and stare as if you didn't care. Say hello in there, hello. John Prine, of course. I remember John telling me once that he said he didn't know a whole lot of chords. Didn't know a lot of chord changes. He only knew a few chords. So he said he had to use every single chord he knew in that song to make it sound right. And it did sound right, obviously. Great song. Okay, so one more song here for my little tribute to John and Michael. And this is probably Michael Smith's most famous tune, I would imagine, because it was recorded by several people. I know Steve Goodman recorded it, and a few other people too. In fact, I remember Michael came in to see my band one night. He was so excited because the guy from some TV show was just about to record The Dutchman. I forget what show it was, like Starsky and Hutch or something like that. But, I'm not sure if the guy ever recorded the song or not, because Michael thought it was going to be a big hit. He was so excited. John Prine, Guy Clark, Joe Ely, John Hyatt Songwriters Seminar at the Vic a few years ago. Terrific. Oh, thank you, Boyd, for letting me know about that. All right, so anyway, my last song. Tomorrow night, if you're in Park Ridge, I'm going to be at Perry's Pizza. It's starting at 7 o'clock. Come on and hear me there. It's inside now, and Nick, the manager, says, the owner says that the air is recirculated over and over there, so it's very clean. He's got a new ionizer, air ionizer in there and everything, so he's being very careful. So it's a pretty safe environment. I'm not too worried about it. So Perry's Pizza tomorrow night, Park Ridge on Devon. Come on in and make your requests. It'd be nice if I had somebody there to play to instead of big old empty rooms. All right, this is called The Dutchman. The Dutchman's not the kind of man to keep his thumb jammed in the stand that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the morning, Margaret brings him breakfast, she believes in him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, and Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the rollers rise above the Zuider Sea. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are patched with love that Margaret sewed in. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks he's alone and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The wind whirl the winter in, she winds his muffler tighter, they sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name, she makes the bed humming some old love song. She learned it when the tune was very new. He hums a line or two, they hum together in the night. The Dutchman falls asleep, and Margaret pulls the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. I know there's some singers out there right now, so we'll do that chorus one more time. You guys got a chance to sing along with me. Here we go. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Sea. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman, Michael Smith. Well, thank you very much for those of you who are listening in here. I appreciate it. It looks like I had 5 or 6 people listening. That's great. Again, if you're in Park Ridge tomorrow night, I'll be at Perry's Pizza on Devon playing tunes. You can come on in, make your requests. I'd love to see you there. So, thank you again, and we will see you all when this nightmare of a pandemic is over. Bye.